What's up, beautiful people? Listen, everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be checking this video, and it's titled Pryor Bodyguard Exposes Hollywood Parties, explains why rich blacks don't help poor blacks. Interesting. I'm excited to check this one out to hear what they've got to say. Let's check it out.
And so you seen the orgies, you seen the people that was the stars and the shit that they was doing. In this clique, you know, we wife swap and all this kind of shit. You can fuck my wife and stand there and watch. I have the same principles that most men have until you put in certain situations. We all start with the principles. Depends on what you're facing. So I'm not the judge. But I remember with Flip, I'm staying in Malibu, I'm out of Jersey and New York, and you know the excitement of that. Now I'm in Malibu and it's supposed to be the shit, but but I didn't understand that. I'm with a black man that owns his house in Malibu. That's unheard of shit. Flip made it clear. He said, yeah, there's other black people here. Miles Davis is down the street. He's renting. So-and-so, he's renting. I own my shit. But I still didn't get it because I'm young. You know, it's like, this is some boring shit out here on Malibu, the white people left and right. What's going on? So Flip one day looked at me and said, oh, you want to see the shit, huh? I don't know what the shit is, but I want to see something other than Malibu. And he took me to the parties. He took me to the shit to make me understand this is why I don't be around this shit. And so you seen the orgies. You seen the people that was the stars and the shit that they was doing. And the smells and the looks in their eyes. And I was, you know, in my youth, I kept a cutlass on me. And so I know I'm walking around holding my cutlasses because you've seen people in states of mind that you never experienced nothing like that. I knew people that got high, but they didn't get high and did the shit that I was seeing. And so after I was exposed to it, Flip took me around it about 4 or 5 times. And then he said to me, you see why I don't fuck with that. Because, you know, you had a group of people that painted their fingernails black. What they call Illuminati now. It was some kind of clique then, and in this clique, you know, we wife swap and all this kind of shit. You can fuck my wife and stand there and watch, and all. I seen it. I literally seen all these things, and it was like, okay. And in my youth, I wasn't afraid.
Hold on. For real? Like, really? Messed up things do really happen in Hollywood. Someone else would sleep with your wife, you see and you watch like it's nothing. Hence the reason why you see lots of Hollywood couples divorced, having one thing or the other, marital things. They come out to say this person is this. What? Oh my God. There are lots more weird things that happens in Hollywood that some of the details you will not want to know. And I keep saying this, like some details you will not want to know what goes on or what happens, like for real. It starts with the principle, depending on where you're coming from. Oh my God. Interesting. Let's go on.
In my youth, I wasn't afraid, but I knew I would have hurt somebody if I was approached. I would have hurt somebody.
I think about Flip, you got his famous character, 𝑗𝑜𝑖𝑛.
Right.
Did he, I'm assuming heterosexual black man, did he feel weird about putting on this dress as a woman?
I don't know, because I ain't never put on the dress, but I'm sure from his time and the black folks of that time, when you as a black man put on a dress, automatically that's what it was, even if you called it an act. So Flip was very aware of that. That was his pain during his entire career, wondering if his generation thought that of him. That was his personal pain. Flip died thinking that. Did they really? And he knew at one point I had said, you know, why are these guys sharing these stories with me? And I was told, because you're going to tell it. Because nobody asked them. That question that you asked me, that never was asked of Flip. The reporters or whatever, they never asked that. Most of your black reporters back in the day, they asked the same questions that white reporters asked. So when Flip explained it to me, he said that Geraldine, one, carried him longer than his mother in terms of his livelihood. And the main reason he did Geraldine, he said, was because at that time, Geraldine could say some things as a black woman that a black man couldn't say. And that was his primary reason for doing Geraldine. When he had his show, that was showed one time, I think the last person I heard that owned the Flip Wilson shows was Magic Johnson. I don't know for sure. But Flip said that he did Geraldine to have it, to continually uphold the integrity of the black man. And I said, how so? And he said, and if you looked at his shows, which I've had a chance to do, that the who's who of white America from John Wayne on was on his show. And all of them at one point or another would hit on Geraldine. Make a pass at her, we could get with you, our history of white men and black women, all of that he revealed on his show. But you would always see Geraldine say to all of them, Killer don't play that. Well, Killer is this black man that when you fuck with me, regardless of who you are, John Wayne, Killer gonna step to your ass. And that was his theme all the time, to say that this black man would protect this black woman against all. But he...
Hollywood is really a weird place to be in. Like, there is always somebody who is gonna tell the stories, and some stories that you hear, it's not even making sense. Like, sometimes like Hollywood is entirely a different world, is a different scenery. At this point, nothing is making sense. Whoa, it feels like they live in a different or a separate world that we are living. More like that world is not real, or like it doesn't exist in the real world. So that is like self-creation or something. It's not even making sense. But I love to see this. I love that he's sharing or telling this, so people have an idea of what it is like to be in Hollywood. Let's go on.
That this black man would protect this black woman against all. But he didn't articulate that then. All of them was, Flip was very aware. Richard was aware. Richard gave me the words to make me understand Flip's awareness, and that was the school that he had built in Zimbabwe. And I took pictures of it. I couldn't wait for it to be in jet or ebony. And I remember saying that to Richard, and Richard said, oh no, we can't do that. And I was like, why? And he said, because if we did that, which is what a lot of these black entertainers are under now, but they won't say it. Richard said, if we did that, then they won't allow me to make the money in America. Oh, you doing this in Africa? Then that would dry up. And this was Robert Mugabe sitting down with the president of Zimbabwe. And as a kid in high school, I remember writing about Robert Mugabe and Joshua Nkomo, fighting for, it was Rhodesia at that time, fighting for that liberation. So to be sitting down at the White House, so to speak, in Africa, and Richard was very aware that we can't do that because they will stop it. Well, it's the same with a lot of these black artists today, except that they won't say that. Why can't a Kevin Hart, not that he hasn't, I just don't know, and it's important to know. Why can't Kevin Hart, and if you notice, white people will always let you know, here's what the black artists are making. They never tell you what the white artists are making though. They will always make it a point, because they know that self-hatred's gonna come up in you. How come he's not doing more? So Kevin Hart made 59 million this year But why you not getting with a LeBron who's doing this for the school by himself? LeBron can't do it by himself because that's his high school. So when you go from high school, and if everybody in LeBron's school are A students, top of the grade, where they going? They're going to white colleges that's going to work in white corporations. So you got to get to high school, you got to get to college, you have to get to corporations too. And you can't do it by yourself. You cannot. The entertainer, as Brother Gregory said, will never be the one to do it because you're the entertainer. You can finance, but you can't do it because your whole focus, your whole energy, your understanding is entertaining.
Yo, this is an eye-opener indeed. Nobody can do nothing by themselves. But yeah, talking about people from the black community, yeah, the point where people try to create some sort of division whatsoever to say blacks say they don't want to mingle with the white person. You need all the support you can get. Of course, you need the help of white people, regardless of how people want to say it. But yo, it seems like when people keep talking about Hollywood, you wonder like, what world is it that they're living in? That's why you see many of them, or many people don't even come back, don't even know the difference between a movie, what's for entertainment, and what is reality. They envision and bring everything that is in the movies and act it like it's real when it's not real. Where things do happen. And I believe that for him to share these details or things like this, it just goes to tell you that wearing dresses, the men wearing dresses did not start now. And most likely men wearing dresses, they know what they are portraying, or they know the agenda that they are pushing. It's not making sense. Why though? Why? And yeah, lots of times it is some people, their principles no longer work. It's not about their integrity, it's about what it is that is to be offered. And like he said, the reason for some people it is integrity, some people it is circumstances or whatever situation they find themselves in. So I mean, they have to take the best bet or whatever was offered to them. Nothing about Hollywood is making sense. It is really weird indeed. Let me know what you think about this. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I really love your honest contribution. You can share the useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.